Video, and I think it's really evident of a recent shift that I've gone through in my work-life balance, just shifting between a workplace and going completely solely into private practice as a trauma-informed integrative art psychotherapist. So that transition's allowed me some space and time to really consider the ways in which I'm balancing my work-life balance and time to do creative things that give me so much joy and refill my sense of purpose and bring pleasure to my life and allow me to experiment, and just endless list really with being in creative process that I really hope to be able to support others to do as well. So this post today is really about rest, and for the clients that I work with, for family and friends, so a lot of people that I know seem to find that rest is incredibly elusive, and I really wanted to just name that today and just begin to support us to look at this idea of rest being quite elusive, especially if your nervous system is got a disposition for more sympathetic arousal. So that means like a little bit more adrenaline, a lot more busyness, and it can actually also be kind of like an emotive response as well to day-to-day living. So it may look like being busy, but underneath, when life starts to change and maybe patterns of behavior become a little bit more balanced, we might see that busyness is actually fueled a little bit by anxiety. So it's a big subject, and I really wanted to just sort of touch upon it today in a way that is sort of true to my creative process. And I was thinking of people that I care about and the way that I wanted to communicate a sense of love to them, knowing that at times they or I have struggled with being able to connect to a state of peacefulness, to a state of rest. So I wrote a poem and I wanted to share that with you today. And it's really directed at that part of ourselves. So the poem that I've written could be, as said, directed in towards the parts of me that maybe really struggle sometimes to know that I'm being fueled by a state of anxiety or compensation, and that something within my life is becoming more polarized. So this poem's really about kind of settling into a natural rhythm, becoming embodied, and finding the riches and wealth of being just under the surface of the self. That being, when we start to kind of shift back into a more organic or authentic way of being, like the message from the body is so strong, it's so powerful, it's nature. So I often write poetry based within nature, or it's natural, it's finding that sense of natural being. Which of course, trauma responses and anxiety and depression are a natural way of being. They act as part of that spectrum of experience. But peace, rest, pleasure, joy can be found in maintaining a deeper sense of rest. Our cognition can increase when we rest better, our body feels less tension, we're less likely to develop other sort of chronic illnesses or inflammation. So it's important, it's really, really important. So I really do iterate that to clients I work with, and also people in my day-to-day life. I'm always interested to learn about how other people find rest as well. I'm so curious about it, and I'm very much still on a journey from being a super busy, sympathetically aroused, traumatized nervous system, trying to just down-regulate, and it takes time as well, but I think being in a community where everyone is in that shared pursuit of deeper connection is an absolute gift. So this is my share to you. So the poem is called Rest. Dear friend, may your gentle breath have a place to rest upon the seeking shoreline of the sea's great breadth. Passages tweak their meeting place as crabs dance along the shore. You have been hungry for a long time, jaw locked and eyes sore. May your forgiving heart, salted, ripe and clean, Find a resting place in a cave, so cavernous your cry becomes serene. Our little fingers brush the edges of mermaid's purse, swimming into lines of light, gathering reeds and weaving them together, homing ourselves amidst the sea in the slumbersome, dark night. Dear friend, as you are, go deeper. Do not fear the rippling shadow or the collecting debt, for your soul holds the pearls of 1,000 storms, polished upon your every breath. And then do a little drawing. So there's a little illustration. So I find working with imagery and words a really, really helpful way to crystallize ideas. So I enjoy sharing these spaces. Just to name a couple of events that I've been at this year, and would recommend those that are interested in kind of connecting in this creative, philosophical, psychological, spiritual, creative realm. So the Realization Festival, which was held by the Perspectiva group, which was a collaboration of artists and philosophers and people within the psychotherapeutic field, and theology, and it was just an incredible gathering of minds and beings and bodies, and discussion was had and workshops, and there was actors as well, so there was sort of like drama workshops too, which I love drama therapy practices, and also Om and Bass. So this is a festival that I've been to before. I returned this year with a couple of friends and I'd strongly recommend it. It's a no drugs, no alcohol, vegan event, so it's very holistic. There's masseurs there, so you can sort of go and join some yoga or rave away to drum and bass and then go and have a deep massage. So I've had a year of really kind of gathering community, and yeah, I'm welcoming you into being part of that and to follow the shares and the ideas, and please share your ideas as well, or places that you go to rest.